Baba Orisha, Mojuba, yeah, Mojuba, Mojuba. Baba Orisha, Mojuba, yeah. Mojuba, Mojuba, Ishu. Baba Orisha, Mojuba, yeah, Mojuba. Baba.
Yeah, I have some questions to say about it.
Yeah, I know, see, man. Well, police will not come through. Yeah, man. But don't hide him, man. What's going on?
It's a bad day, but I'm real new to this thing. So I see you doing something. So I see the first thing you ask is why the children here? You wanted to remove the children. What was the reason for that?
Go ahead, Baba. Right. No children within the space, right? All them children outside. Yeah. Right. So basically, to be honest with you, Eshu, because of his multidimensional attributes, he controls good and bad, positive and negative. He has control over the benevolent and also the malevolent energies and forces, the productive and the counterproductive energies. And the reason why I asked if it had children within the midst is because usually this ritual is done without children within the pali. And the reason for that, again, based on what I was telling you about Eshu before, the children, because of their innocence, are able to attract the negative energies. And because of the nature of the ritual that we were doing, which is doing the Egbe for Eshu, we had to move the children so that, any impact of any negative or counterproductive energies would not, befall them. Any form of misfortune, we don't want it to befall the children. So, well, it didn't have children any minutes, but I have to ask as the Baba to ensure it have no children within this space. If it had children, they definitely had to go inside, and it's basically because of that.
Baba, as you talk about Egbe, what was that Egbe about? That was the calabash?
Right, yeah. So, in our local tradition, what we do with Eshu, his Egbe is the calabash, one with water, and the Mumba will also pour some oil into it, olive oil, and a calabash of ashes, and a short candle, or a medium size or short candle. That is the Egbe traditionally we give Eshu during the week of our feast. Now, Eshu takes certain Egbe, he takes blood sacrifice and other Egbe, as you could see within the shrine here. But especially you see for the feast, every night we do that particular ritual, right? So we talk about the short candle. So our ancestors and our elders, again, due to the multidimensional attributes and his natural nature, Eshu's natural nature, what our ancestors used to do is buy short candles. Now, mind you, some people may want to cut a long candle. That is disrespect to Eshu. You have to buy the short candle, and the reason for the short candle is, again, because of his nature. What the elders used to do is say, we don't want to equate him up to the level of all the other Orisha, because depending on the vibration of the energy, if Eshu per se he comes in a counterproductive way or a negative way, right? Again, because he controls. So for example, if he come in a negative way, but not saying in a negative way, but if he has at that present time control over the negative energy, giving him a long candle will elevate that energy to the level of all the other Orisha. So our ancestors started giving him a short candle. There's also an aspect of Eshu which the name is Akere Agbaye, the little one who has control or dominion over the whole world. Use that analogy as well. The little one who has control. So it's not like you diminishing the power of Eshu, but again, that's just a way the ancestors used to deal with it. So you also have the calabash of water. We all know the spiritual significance of water. Water is life. Water is a ritual element. It is used for calling energies, summoning energies and also what we will say dismissing the energy, right? It is used as a form of invocation and dismissal. So, you know, we does, at the beginning of the feast, we does pour libation. We say, Omi tutu, Ona tutu, Ile tutu, Ori tutu, tutu laroye. That is for Eshu. We asking that, you know, as we give Eshu this cool water, that, you know, his energy is cooled. His energy is positive and cool and that calm nature, because again, Eshu is on both sides of the scale. What the Mumba also does is pour some oil into that water. Oil and water don't mix. But in giving him the oil, you're asking that, you know, for the week of the feast, made things run smooth like the oil. Right? We want things to run smooth, we want things to run positive, we want things to be successful. So we pour that as an appeasement within the water. So again, the long time people didn't have particular Eshu stools within the yard. So they pour the water in the oil as an ebo going out to the crossroad. The ashes now, the calabash of ashes. Now I'll give you a little history in relation to how we does get our ashes, right? But the ashes, there's a title for Eshu, is Orisha Guna, meaning, you know, that energy of the glowing charcoal. After the charcoal glow, what we does get? We get the ashes. You understand? But also the ashes is utilized to ward off negative energies naturally, based on, you know, the chemical composition of the wood that you use or the material items that you burn. That final thing, the ashes, is used to ward off negative energies. The ashes is also part of that ashes. Eshu will give to Iyami, the mothers of the night. Some people say the witches, as their part of the offering, because again, Eshu has also control over them. So he takes part of his offering and presents it to them as well, giving them the respect that, hey, the feast giver, the people in the feast and whatnot, give offering so that you all will not cause any interruption or misfortune within the ebo during the course of the feast. Now that ashes, sometimes people have ebo to do for Eshu, like blood sacrifice. So for example, you see how we just cook offering food for all the other Orisha, they don't do that for Eshu, right? Offering food, no, you burn that, you know, like biblically or on the Christian side they are burnt offerings. Even in African tradition, that burnt offering is an African tradition. So there's actually burn the sacrifice. After they kill the animal, they would burn, set it up as an offering. Yeah. So you put different liquids, olive oil, spice, clove, different herbs and whatnot, and burn that. Now mind you, the same remaining of the blood, like says a fowl kill for Eshu, that is typically given to or left on a crossroad, etc., and given to the army. You know, the army will deal with the guts and whatnot and thing. So basically I have that coming in the form of ashes, still representing as a form of part of that ebo going to the army. So you know, the ashes, again, because of its the natural substance, will naturally ward off the negative energies.
But so you take the offering and you put it by the road. How come? You
put it by the right. Yeah. You want to know about that?
Yeah.
And why it have a shine and you put it by the road.
Yeah.
Right. So even though, for example, in this particular shrine there's a ritual space for Eshu, that offering, our elders, our ancestors, Eshu, remember the other aspects of Eshu. Eshu is the one, he is our divine messenger. He is the owner, of all the crossroads. So what the ancestors and the elders taught us is that the airball, we put it by the crossroads because that is where Eshu naturally will be. That is where all the energies, all the ancestors walk the road. They utilize this space. The road, right? So you usually put it, for example, on a junction or somewhere close to the space, so that will be Eshu's spot for whether it's for the week, for the feast, or otherwise, you know, that is Eshu, he will be guided. So for example, if negative energy is coming down the road, because Eshu is there or close to the entrance on the outside, he will be able, based on your petition to him during the offering, he from the roadway is able to deal with that. He will be able to prevent them from coming in and whatnot. And that is why we put Eshu. Eshu is the owner of the crossroads. Even if you check it from the Ifa perspective, majority of Ebo, once not placed at the stool, at the shrine of Eshu, you would put it on a crossroad, whether it's a 3-way crossroad or 4-way crossroad, etc. Junctions. Eshu is the owner of all choices in life when you reach a junction. And let's say Eshu is a trickster. It's not that he's a trickster, you know, but he's able, and I'm saying he, but the energy is able to present all the possible choices. It is up to us and utilizing our Ori to make the right decision, to make the right choice. You understand? So that is the purpose of, you know, putting that ever at the junction or again at the roadway. One thing I wanted to tell you too, in relation to the music, what we usually do is that there are certain songs you sing certain nights, right? Now, long time, feast itself never used to really start on a Tuesday. It's starting long before, probably, you know, the week before, 2 weeks before, when they put up the flag, when they do certain rituals and whatnot, the week starting before. So Tuesday is really the public invitation part of the feast, right? So you would hear from on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, they would sing from Eshuba Ragbo Mojuba. They would sing that to Eshuba na Roko Eshuba, Eshuba na Iroko, Eshuba na Roko Eshuba. They wouldn't sing, for example, songs like Eshushu o Makaibo, Ererenika Kiawo, Eshushu o Makaibo, Ererenika Makaibo. You wouldn't hear that song because you wouldn't hear that on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You also would not hear Mojuba Mojuba, Baba Orisha, Mojuba Ye Mojuba Mojuba. You would hear that on a Friday night. Now the reason for this is that, for example, the first song, Eshushua Makaibo, you're asking Eshu to go in front. This is the front. This is the front. I want you to take in front for the Ebo, right? And in essence, they used to sing that song at the real beginning of the feast. Or for example, if it have a night, you do the offering for Eshu, you're singing that. Some elders also sing it on the final night. Right? So, for example, on a Friday night, some Mumbas, and again different places would do different things. Some Mumbas would sing the Eshushua Makaibo and then sing Baba Orisha Mojuba, yeah. Some spaces you would hear them sing Mojuba, Mojuba, and just Mojuba. So basically the Mojuba as well has its significance. Basically, as I say, you're singing that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You're singing that, you see, when all ritual sacrifice has been completed, which is the Friday morning, which is when we do the offering for Shango. Eshu now, being the divine messenger, he does not have to summon or go to the other energies for them to be there or accept blood sacrifice. All blood sacrifice has been completed. So we saluting, we mojuba, we say, no God, Eshu, thanks. We saluting you, we thankful. Because, you know, you as the authority, as the one of authority, the one with significance over all the Orisha, you would have ensured, all right, we reach Friday night, we complete the Ever, everything was successful, everything was accepted. So that is why you wait till Friday night to sing that Mojuba. As I say, the Eshushu Makaibo you might sing that, for example, like on a Monday. But again, private ceremony for the Ever. And as I say, sometime on a Friday night, you would see some Mumbas also singing that. Right? Still asking Eshu, always the final night of a feast? That's still why you take in front. You had to be in front at all times. So, different nights, different Friday, you sing different. So you wouldn't give him the whole thing. And the reason why you wouldn't give him the whole sweeter songs is because he had a role and function. We tapped into certain parts of his energy that would have been dealing with communication with the Orisha during the course of the week to accept the sacrifices on a Wednesday morning, Thursday and Friday morning. So once they put on the calabasha ashes and the light and also the calabasha water with the oil, you would see also when they wash their hands. Once they wash their hands, that ritual is complete. There's actually somebody who does signal to stop the drums. And remember, this does only take place on a Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Now on a Friday, they only utilizing and putting down the calabasha water when you're doing the Mojuba ritual. That's the difference.
I saw in certain parts of singing this song and waving the hand. What was that about?
Right, so sometimes it does naturally we just say when you see somebody doing this, they're going mad. Basically what we doing, but Yeshubana Rokos also on that song, you would have see the mamba pick up the ebo and go to the crossroad, right? So you're asking that, in his traversing from the ritual space to the space you're putting down the ebo, is that, he doesn't suffer any misfortune or no malice or no negative energy. But basically you're asking, Yeshu, do not confuse me, even while I go in a circle. Do not confuse me. Now, dancing in a circle is ritual offering of self for Yeshu. Ritual dancing in a circle is offering of self to Yeshu. So while you're going wrong on that particular song, you're going, he going out with the ebo. So he's going on Yeshu. He have, again, based on his multidimensional attributes, the mumba, where he going and meet out there. But he going and petition Yeshu. So while he petitioning Yeshu, depending on how the energy vibration is rolling, you're asking Yeshu within this space. Do not confuse me, Yeshu. Do not confuse me. And similarly, when he started, you would notice he started in the anti-clockwise direction. Right? Naturally, we would think of everything clockwise. He would have started in the anti-clockwise direction, and the reason for that too, again, you want that, should any counterproductive energies be around, should any negative energies that starting in the anti-clockwise direction would ward off those energies. You're asking Yeshu, you're making that contradiction and that comeback that we don't want negative energies here. Again, that part of the ritual, warding off misfortune, malice, negative energy, the malevolent forces. You're starting the anti-clockwise direction, and that is the reason,
When he came back, I see he was washing his hand and throwing the water behind him.
You mean you saw him doing that outside in the road? Well, again, because of issues nature. So think about it. He just went and put down ebo for the energy that controls positive and negative energies, benevolent and malevolent forces. He just hold ebo for part of which would be for the army, part of which would be used to ward off negative energies or bad spirits and whatnot. He also had the water to cool issue. He has to wash his hand so that in doing the ritual should, or if let me say if he did pick up any negative energy while doing the thing, he's ritually washing his hand. Again, water naturally is for cleansing, but he had to look as water as a ritual element as well. So he washes his hands to ensure that no negative energy would have been attached to him. And again, that is just a visual significance of thing in it. And you would have seen also they throw water behind the back. Meaning, Yeshu, we have completed your ritual and we are dismissing or completing that particular ritual. As we throw that water behind the head and we face forward to come back within the yard, whatever issue is dealing with behind us, that is the issue. We don't even turn around and look back to see. Sometimes say it had certain times you can't look back based on certain rituals you do. throw that water. In that water, you're dismissing. Now the water is a form of dismissal. No longer airborne, but dismissing any energy. Again, depending on how the energy of issue is within the space, you're able to deal with that as well.
Mojuba, Mojuba, Baba Orisha, Mojuba, yeah. Mojuba, Mojuba, Baba Orisha, Mojuba, yeah. Yeshua, Mojuba, Baba Orisha, Mojuba, yeah. Mojuba, Mojuba, Baba Orisha, Mojuba, yeah. Yeshua, Mojuba, Baba Orisha, Mojuba, yeah.
Baba Orisha, Mojuba, yeah, Mojuba, Mojuba, Baba Orisha, Mojuba, yeah, Mojuba, Mojuba, Baba Orisha, Mojuba, yeah. No, I don't know if you could remember, but when he pick up the song, he pick up the airborne, he pick it up on a certain song. Yeshuba na iroko, Yeshuba no iroko, Yeshuba. You know, because long time the elders used to put issue offering by a tree or by a iroko tree. You know, iroko is a serious tree. You know, so that is one of the things. But I will teach you the meanings of the songs too, man. Don't worry yourself. So you'll get a better understanding of the ritual. Ashe? Yeah, man.
Yeshuba no iroko, Yeshuba no iroko, Yeshuba. Yeshuba no iroko, Yeshuba no iroko, Yeshuba. Yeshuba no iroko, Yeshuba no iroko, Yeshuba.